Hello, everyone. For my book and build activity, we have Pete the Cat checks out the library. And this story is about Pete the Cat. If you're not familiar with Pete the Cat, then he is a pretty groovy cat who has lots of adventures and also is a musician, and he's just a cool cat. But in this story, he goes to the library and gets his library card. So you can see here he is interacting. He's with his mom, interacting with the librarian, and he gets his very own library card. So it says Pete's mom is taking him to the library for the first time. The librarian gives Pete his very own library card. Cool, says Pete. The librarian smiles. Time for the tour. And throughout the book, the librarian first takes him around, shows him a room with all the books, and Pete says, "Well, what do I do?" And the librarian says, "Well, you just read books and see what worlds they take you to." And so he interacts with a big bad wolf, and that's scary, and he goes to space and has all these cool adventures in the book itself, and his library card is that ticket for those adventures. So my book and build activity for the makerspace that I set up is something that you would do at the beginning of the school year. And it's kind of like your challenge to the kids. So the activity is called Your Great Library Adventure. And what you would do is you would have a makerspace set up in the library that's going to be kind of like a staple, a mainstay of the library. And so it can be kind of big at first, but then you can kind of pare it, shrink it down throughout the year to make room for other things. But the what you're going to do is you're going to have like the old school library checkout cards on the front back cover, front inside cover of a library book, where you would have names of like who all checked it out and when it's due. Instead, you would have something like that, but it's a reading log. So for each of these, you can have about 10 slots on them, and the kids can go and decorate their own. So you'd have just kind of blank ones like the one you'd see here on the left, and the kids can you have markers, you have crayons, pencils, pens, all the things there that the kids can kind of decorate, even paint if you would like. And so they put their name on it. They put down some goals of some books that they would like to check out um, over the next couple weeks. And each book that they put down, they say, like on the left, when they are going to read it by, and then on the right, date returned, and then the librarian can kind of initial those. You also have a library card, which you can decorate and create like mock-ups with your school logo or whatever you think would be fun for them. You can do it small, and kids can carry it around with them, or you can create like a bigger one that the kids can have more room to kind of decorate. And you leave space for them to put their name, them to use stickers to decorate, paint, and create their own self portrait. So the goal of this at first is to just kind of get them set up with some ownership of the library, because I know that there's not physical library cards anymore. It's just connected to a student ID in most school districts. And so, but this will just kind of give them that sense of ownership that the library card does, and that they see for Pete the Cat. So you have the intro story, and like Pete the Cat, you're inviting the kids to go on this adventure throughout their school year. So you can see here like something, just an example of how this can be um, incorporated. So you have, they put their name, when they hope to read the book by, what book it is, and date returned. You can have stickers set up in the makerspace section for them to go and grab a sticker or two to celebrate their reading of one book or five books. And then also, after you have filled up a book log, especially for those really avid readers, you can post those reading logs around. that makerspace to show that simple sense of accomplishment that those kids read those books. So as far as like overall implementation, you can incorporate different like reward systems, but and competitions, working with classroom teachers as well to incorporate this project and make it a big year-long project. But the overall goal is to invite the students to build their own adventure of different books that they can read in the library. The classroom teachers could come in to the library, or you could bring the makerspace to them of like, okay, let's check in and talk about some of the worlds that you've been to and adventures you've been on in your books thus far. And that can just be simply drawing, it could be constructing something using cardboard boxes or something, and just kind of implementing those makerspace times. And then, like for future maker spaces, you can use this one throughout the year, but also have special pop-ups if you're not going into classrooms that students can show people like the different worlds that they've been in, and adventures they've been on throughout the year in their maker spaces. So I think this is a cool way to kind of give kids an idea of um, like this can be something that the library can be the space for you to have these fun, adventurous experiences throughout the year. And if you want to make it like a competition at some point or build in other things, it's something that you can build off for the entire year. Thank you.